right. Grandma, can you talk about your experience with pregnancy and giving birth?
I was sick the first 4 months, couldn't keep nothing down.
With all 6 pregnancies?
Got a little better for the last 2, but they said that was a good sign that your babies are healthy then, so.
I suppose it makes you feel a little better, but not all of it.
No, it went pretty good.
And did you deliver at the hospital?
Princeton, well, we lived on the farm, and then we moved to Mora, then at the hospital here, and in Graham. Pam was born in Graham.
And did you nurse or did you do formula? What was?
Formula.
Yeah, that was kind of the fashion at that time.
Yes.
Yeah. And what do you remember about having small babies at home and young kids?
Well, out on the farm, we had the grandparents very available, so we wanted to go someplace. They were always there to help out, which was wonderful. Then we moved up here. Debbie was older, so she would, if we weren't gone very long, so. But it was kind of fun to put them to bed and watch them sleep. They looked so peaceful and, what should I say? I think of the word innocent. Like that.
Yeah.
They're all different.
Grandpa, what do you remember having young kids at home, and babies?
Well, I think we enjoyed it. 5 girls were all fun. They had a lot of good times together. Laughed quite a bit.
You were strict.
I was a mean old dad.
I suppose with 5 daughters you have to be a little strict. So what do you remember most about each child, and what were some of the highs and lows of that time of your life?
Losing our son.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But you get help and you keep going, and that's the way it is.
What do you remember from before Jimmy was sick?
Before he got sick.
Yeah. What do you remember
He was
about
a very
him?
good little boy, and he was just learning to talk, remember?
He was about, a year and a half old when he got sick. He couldn't really talk, which was hard because he couldn't tell you what was wrong.
Yeah.
It was not good times. It was tough.
Yeah. And who were some of the people that were supportive during that time? How did you cope?
The neighbors were wonderful, and then they took up a collection both in church and in the neighborhood and helped us out, and they were just there. They tried to do something, but what do you do? I mean, at least they would come. Anything to add to that?
Our doctor, when we took Jimmy down to the university, he said, "You better stop at the welfare in Cambridge." He knew we were poor. "You better stop at the welfare office." We live in Sandy County, so I stopped there. "Well," he said, "we can't really put you on welfare. We don't know much about you. But," he says, we'll let you go if you promise to pay us back after it's over." So I said, fine. So after this was, then he went to the hospital in August, and he died in December. So after the funeral was over and everything, I went back in there and said, "Well, I'm ready to start making payments on his expenses." I told him, "You don't have to. It's all taken care of." So we didn't have to pay that.
Wow. And it was 6 months he was in the hospital the whole
No,
time?
he was only there a month
Okay.
when they sent him home.
Okay.
So that was a break for us. hospital wasn't so high at that time, but
Mhm.
I'm sure it was a sizable bill.
Yeah.
How
And-
long was the surgery? 8 hours? It was
He
long.
was in surgery a long time.
And it was a tumor
Tumor the size of a football and a little guy less than 2 years old.
in his stomach, or
Yeah.
and what kind of cancer was it?
Neuroblastoma.
Okay.
They still don't have a cure for that.
Yeah. That's really tough.
So you think of a little guy like Max,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
something
when
that
you were.
size getting that where they
Yeah.
can't really tell you anything.
Mhm.
It's a little tough going.
Yeah.
Well, we got over it, I guess. Sort of.
So what kind of work did you do, Grandpa, while you were raising the family? You said you started off delivering milk, and then what?
Started hauling milk and then I gave that up and started working for the local hardware store, and who was at that time putting in bathrooms for all the farmers, so I learned plumbing.
Mhm.
I worked there for 5 years, long enough to get my state plumbing license. And then for the first time I started making a little money, so I could afford to do a little bit. So that turned out good. It was dirty, honest work, but I paid pretty good, so we did fine.
So you said that was when farmers started putting like indoor plumbing
Mhm,
into
yeah,
their houses. So that was what, like mid-50s?
Mhm.
Okay. And Grandma, you were, a homemaker. Do you want to talk at all about that work, or did you have?
Well, I played the piano for quite a few weddings, and I started playing in his dance band then too, so
Mhm.
I think I got paid.
Oh, yeah.
Did a lot of cooking and baking. The first pie I made was a sour cream raisin. That was his very favorite. And the first year we were married, he went from 135 pounds to
185.
185.
Wow.
That was the first year.
That doesn't surprise me though with your cooking, Grandma.
And I milk cows. If he'd be late or something, I knew how to milk with the milkers, so did that a lot.
You had an electric milker, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
milking machine.
Put the things on there.
Yeah. Let's see. What were some of the social activities you did as a family or a couple when you were younger? And did you do any family vacations or any, driving to visit relatives or things like that?
We did a lot of fishing. We'd go for a day or maybe overnight if we had a babysitter. That pretty much was it for the first years we were married. Later we went camping, and although when we were still on the farm, they sent us to Washington, D.C. Yeah. It was some contest for selling water heaters.
Through the hardware store.
To the hardware store. So we got to fly out to Washington, D.C. and go on a lot of tours, and we'd never been out of the state hardly, so.
Was that your first time flying, both of you? And did the kids go too, or just the two of you?
Just the two of us.
Okay.
And I had chicken pox then, so I went with chicken pox, and two of the girls were home with the chicken pox.
Wow.
So I had to put a lot of makeup on so nobody could see that I had them.
Huh. So that, again, was maybe mid-50s? So that was
60.
60?
60, yeah.
Okay. So that's pretty early in days of, kind of regular people flying.
That's right, and it was the old-fashioned
Prop,
motors.
yeah, prop.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Do you have any pictures of that? I
We
wonder.
do from Washington, yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything to add, Grandpa?
Well, later on we bought a camper and we did a lot of camping. Kids enjoyed the camping. They loved to go camping. We did a lot of that.
Where were some of the places you liked to go?
We like to go to Mille Lacs Lake. We went to Father Hennepin and another resort up the lake, and, oh, I guess we took it out to Colorado once, and went around Lake Superior one time. We did a lot of it.
How old were the kids when you got the camper?
Well, Debbie was probably 12 or 14, and the rest were smaller.
Can I add one experience
Yeah.
on that?
Yeah.
We were camping over by Little Falls, I think, and Karen sat up in the middle of the night and said, "Oh, I think it's raining." We had a top level and Pam was up there. Here she had wet the bed.
So it was just raining under that bed, huh? Oh, that's good. And then you got the cabin later. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
That was in 1975,
77,
I think
first
so.
cabin.
The first one up by Portside. Yeah, that was not very good swimming beach there.
Mm-hmm.
And then later we got the other one that was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Spent a lot of weekends up there. A lot of fishing. Mother's Day, the guys all did the dishes and the gals went fishing and we caught all kinds of fish.
Grandpa, you want to add anything about the cabin?
Well, they were fun. We enjoyed the cabin. It was a lot of work, but a lot of fun. And turned out to be a pretty good investment besides. So it was good.
So plumbing had been going pretty well
Well,
by the
good
time you
enough
got
so we
there?
could afford to buy a cabin and
Yeah.
get a few extra things.
Let's see. So what do you remember about when your kids were teenagers and then starting to grow up and have their own families?
I was a mean old dad. They had to get home when they're supposed to be home. They didn't like it, but they did it. And I would settle an alarm clock in the bathroom when they're supposed to be home, so if they got home in time, I never woke up. If they didn't, the alarm clock woke me up.
Yeah, my parents have told me a story of one time they fell asleep on the couch. I'd like to hear that from your perspective.
I don't remember that.
Oh man, they remember. They said they were watching TV or something. They were in high school, so they were pretty young, maybe even middle school, and my dad had come over to watch TV or something, but they fell asleep on the couch innocently, but then you came home and found him that way and gave him a look that scared the crap out of my dad, apparently. You don't remember that?
No, I don't.
I suppose
I know
maybe.
Greg was scared to death of me.
Did you keep a shotgun at home for boyfriends? So then, how about when they started growing up and getting married? What was that like?
It was good. It was a good experience, I guess. We enjoyed it pretty much. We were able to give all our girls what we thought was a pretty nice wedding, and they all married people that we learned to love and families, and turned out good.
What about you, Grandma? What do you remember about kids being teenagers and then growing up?
Oh yeah, they used to have a lot of pajama parties down the basement. There'd be 12 girls down there and they wouldn't want to go to sleep. All he'd have to do was open the basement door and say, "If you aren't quiet, you're going to have to come sleep with me." Now he'd be put in jail. But it got quiet. That did it.
That's funny.
Oh, it was fun having weddings. I enjoyed that a lot. Not too much. And we had Janet's out in Colorado, so we had to go way out there and plan it a year ahead of time. And she married a minister's son, but she's no different than the rest.
Sometimes the minister's kids are, the ones you got to watch out for.
Yeah, you're right there. I know that too.
Let's see. And talk a little bit about what it was like then having grandkids and what you remember from when your grandkids were young.
It was fun watching you come to the lake and play in the water and cover yourself with sand. And remember when you and Lacey went and picked berries with Grandpa? That was fun.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you took us to the dime store or something and let us pick out some like a hairbrush or some little something, and
they're all
really
good
fun.
kids.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no bad one in you. You just it was fun.
How about you, Grandpa? What do you remember about the grandkids being young?
Well, I enjoyed it too. They all had a good time. They liked the boat rides that I gave them. And it was
And horsey rides?
what?
Horsey rides?
Horsey rides.
I remember horsey rides.
Yeah, they're little. Yeah.
In the rocking chair.
Good experience.
Let's see. And what have you both enjoyed most about being retired now?
I'm not retired yet.
She's still doing everything she ever did.
I suppose.
Oh, schedule is a little different. We can do things on our time a lot of time. And we're still well enough to do most things, so so far so good.
How about you, Grandpa?
Of course, I enjoy not having to get up every morning and go to work. I get up and go to coffee instead. Not much responsibility, and all we gotta think about our next big trip. Sometimes that's good and sometimes it's kinda hard. We wanna both leave at the same time, then we'll be happy.
Are there any other stories you want to share that I haven't asked about?
I was flower girl in a wedding when I was 4, and I was attended in 3 other weddings. So that's been kind of fun.
Whose wedding were you flower girl in?
My cousins, my dad's sister's daughter.
And who were the other weddings?
My sister, Shirley, my best friend, and Lloyd and June, when they got married, who were attending down at Watertown. We both were in that one. And that was fun.
How about you, Grandpa? Any other stories?
I think I told you everything I know.
Will you talk about the trunk, the story you were telling us about the trunk?
Well, that trunk belonged to my mother and she gave it to us. And it was kind of bad shape, the top especially, so we had it refinished, just the top. The rest of it's pretty much original. That belonged to my grandma, whose mother, my grandma's mother's mother was an illegitimate child of a couple that planned to get married but didn't, and had this child shortly after they were first going to get married, so it was a long, involved story, but pretty interesting. I have it printed if anybody wants to read it, they can look at it. Hard to explain. But it's a good family memento.
And what advice or life lessons would you like to share with your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren and maybe great-great-grandchildren someday?
To remember to keep God in your life. He's got all the answers.
How about you, Grandpa?
And I just feel we've been blessed with our family, with all these years we've had. We've got a nice place to live. It doesn't get any better than that. It makes me teary-eyed to know that we've been so well taken care of. I'm done.
My dad always told me, pay your bills first, don't buy anything you can't pay for. I tried to follow that, it was good advice. Other than that, you're all a pretty good bunch, we're pleased with all of you.
And a Norwegian Swede can get along with a German.
And now I'm losing my voice.
Well,
Let the cough drop.
Yeah.
so the last question is just, what do you hope others will most remember about you?
Oh dear. Humor is very important.
Never thought about that. He was an ornery old cuss, but he wasn't too bad.